Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Shop Talk, YouTube's premier off the clock appliance repair talk for off the clock appliance repair techs. I'm your host with the most, Brother B, and you can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest in the building. Now, again, in case you don't know, you must be deaf, dumb, or blind. Because if there's a somebody, it's this guy right here. This is my brother TK, hailing all the way from the Appliance Alliance. Brother TK, thank you for being on the show, returning guest. Good to have you, brother. What's the vibes? Welcome, love, peace, and harmony.
Thank you, man. I'm happy to be here. Always love coming on with you. Been a long time follower, as you know. I was looking at the video we're recapping, and I saw my comment from 4 years ago, and I was like, man, has it really been that long? And here we are, man. You're doing big things, man. I love following your. Yeah, I mean, the appliance repair industry is just an awesome place to be, man. Like the stuff that's going on and TMM, the stuff with the Appliance Alliance. I mean, it's just awesome. There's such a great community out there and so much stuff to learn and help people. It's just awesome. I'm glad to be here, man. I feel like I should have an open shirt though, man. You got the swagger going on over there.
Oh man, stop it, young man. Listen. I get greasy with these appliances. My fingers get all dirty. I smell like bearing. There's lip fuzz in my hair. The last thing that I think YouTube wants to see is another lint dummy walking around here. So I try to get a little somewhat, edgy
Yeah,
for
presentable.
the YouTube. But hey, you don't look too shabby neither. I'm digging the Richmond. Stand up
Oh, thank
Richmond
you.
in the building.
This
You know
is
what I mean?
this hat was compliments of my boy EJ Magic Mike. He sent this to me. Got me and
Let's
my
give
whole
a
crew
special
these
shout out
hats.
to my boy EJ, the #1 in the country, 2022 ASTI winner, 1 to 3, 1 to 3, right?
Yep, 1 to 3
1 to 3
technicians.
group service winner. My boy EJ, if you watching this, nothing but love, player. And my man Zach, the other piece to the trifecta, the Appliance Alliance group there. My man Zach. Shout out to the whole gang.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually 5 of us now. So we've got 5 partners in the Service Alliance group, and it's just a dream team, man. We got myself, EJ, Zach, Justin Gandy, and then we added a fifth
I
partner,
remember
Mike.
Justin. I
Yeah,
remember
Justin.
Justin. He
He
was the
was at
behind the
Asti.
scenes guy.
Yep, yeah, and
Shout
Mike's
out to
Mike's
Justin.
our Mike's our website and marketing guy. Real smart dude, knows about stuff I don't know. So he's a blessing to have, and just a really good dude. I have not met Mike. We're gonna be in Georgia next month or next week. I'm sorry, for the Encompass open house. So I'm gonna actually get to meet him next Friday and Saturday. So I'm super excited about that.
Brother, take this opportunity and go ahead and tell me about that Encompass training that you guys are gonna be doing. Please elaborate on it.
It's It's excuse me. Next Saturday, the 23rd, we're going to be in Georgia at the Encompass warehouse. Encompass is hosting it. There's going to be training, sealed system training. There's going to be some GE training there. Brother Mike Sneed from the boot camp's going to be there. The Appliance Alliance crew is going to be there. Hisense is going to be there. There's going to be some workshops going on. A tour of the Encompass warehouse area, and free lunch. Everything's free. So come and network and learn and hang out. We'd love to have everybody come.
What's the dates of that?
The 23rd, just one full day. Get there early, stay all day. They're bringing out the barbecue truck around lunchtime. There's a nonprofit organization coming out to do the lunch, that works in the community, helping to like feed those less fortunate and the homeless and things like that. Which obviously we're going to want to try to give them some donations and stuff while they're there to bless them. But it's going to be awesome, man. Brother Reggie, who's a rep at Encompass and a real good guy, he's put it all together. You met Reggie at Asti, right?
I
Reggie
did. I did.
Williams.
Shout out to Reggie. Shout out
Shout
to
out
Reggie.
to Reggie. And it's just going to be a good way to network and bring the community together and do our thing.
That's what's
So,
up.
yeah, it's
That's what's
April
up.
23rd.
April 23rd. Again, y'all, in case y'all, and this is in Georgia, please go on. If you're in the Georgia area, please, it would be beneficial to you to go April 23rd. Again, great group of people that you said was going to be there. Tell them that you saw them on Brother Beach channel. And say what's up to all those guys out there. Reggie, the High Sense. Is the guy Burdick? Tim Burdick, I think his name
Yes,
is. Yeah, I
Tim's
remember him.
coming
He
out.
gave training at ASTI.
Yep.
Mike Sneed, the boot camp. Who else? Who else you said?
Oh, man, I know I'm leaving somebody out.
It's all good, but all the attendees, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to that. And again, April 23rd. You know what I'm saying?
April
That's what's up,
23rd.
man. That's
Yep.
what's up. And what's the Appliance Alliance going to be doing there? What y'all got going on?
We're doing a breakfast. First thing in the morning, we're going to be doing breakfast. So you just come out, get some coffee, get some food. We're going to be doing a question and answer period, and then we're going to be doing a presentation on how to sell the deal or sell the sale. I have it all written down, but I'm not very prepared, so
It's all
I will
good. It's
tell
all
you
good. It's all
the
good. It's
name
all
of it.
good. Hey, listen, you know what that tells them? That it's in their best interest to go check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
You know what
we're
I'm
it's
saying?
I know for a fact me, EJ, and Mike Carson are gonna be there. Justin's gonna try his best to come. But we're gonna be talking about just the customer experience. So like when you're in the customer's house and how to make it the best experience for the customer possible. Um, and that's what it's all about for me and my company, because I tell my crew all the time, like, we're not in there to just fix an appliance. We're in there to give the customer an experience and make it as enjoyable as possible, because having your appliance broken, it not working, sucks. So it's our job. Oh yeah, they're going to be there. SSG Appliance Academy. My
Shout
bad.
out,
I totally
shout out to
shout out to them.
SSG Appliance Academy and
I
Debo.
knew I
Shout out to
forgot
Debo.
somebody. See, that's how I do things.
Hey
It's
man,
all
we're here
good.
to report the news. Okay, so you guys are gonna be doing like a closing the sale. Okay, that's what's
Exactly.
up, man. Are you guys gonna record this? What about a guy like myself, man? I can't make it. I'm busy. Will I be
There
able
would
to
def
see?
there would definitely be some cameras rolling while we're there. I'm gonna record as much as possible. Zach's not coming, so he's our normal record guy, but we're gonna definitely have some iPhones rolling, and I'm gonna bring a tripod and record as much as possible. Might live stream some of it right on Facebook. Who knows?
That's what's up, bro.
Or
Okay,
YouTube.
so anything else going on with the appliance salon? Oh wait, how can guys find you on Facebook? Shout that out. I know you
You
guys are
can
real
find
big on
us.
Facebook.
You can find us on Facebook at the Appliance Alliance group on Facebook. You can find us online at servicealliancegroup.com. That full website is going to be launching soon. We're going to be basically launching that hopefully in the next month or so. But it's going to be big. If you haven't checked out the servicealliancegroup.com, make sure you go check it out. If you're a business owner, if you're a technician, whatever, we're just there to build the community and help people out, because we've been there and we've been through every phase of it. Some of us are still in certain phases, but we're just there to help people in their businesses.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Well, with that out the way, ladies and gentlemen, please go on over to Appliance Alliance on YouTube and on Facebook. And again, tell them Brother B sent you. With that out the way, let's get some channel news out real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll make it quick. My sales pitch is quick, okay? Yesterday I gave you guys a whole hour, but today's going to be quick. In case you don't know, you know what? I'll say it while we're doing the live stream today. I'll just put the little banner. Let's jump right into tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. The 10 personality types of appliance repair customers. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen them. If you've been doing this a long time, you already can smell it over the phone. From the time they call you, you already know you're dealing with one of these types. Now, again, this takes some time to develop, to get this filter. Now, I did this video 4 years ago. My brother TK commented on this. Said, actually, ASTI ran into me and said, I want to redo that with you. I want to add my own 2 cents to it. So I was like, oh, yeah, okay, come on, man, let's do it. So,
For sure.
that video, I did it 4 years ago. So in case you didn't see that video, I came prepared. And did a little presentation here, right? Just to go through. Bear with me. I try to offer the YouTube guys nice aesthetics there, brother TK.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we stole the StreamYard thing from you because we saw it at ASTI, and we've been using StreamYard ever since, man. StreamYard is awesome.
All right,
We,
ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. Tonight's episode of Shop Talk, YouTube's premiere, Off the Clock, Appliance Repair Talk for Off the Clock, Appliance Repair Techs. We will be discussing the 10 appliance repair customer personality types. All right. TK, I'm going to break down my 10, and then you tell me what you think about it. I'm going to start at number 1. I call this guy or gal the windbag. Generally harmless person, not too confrontational, the type of person that as soon as you get on the job, they want to just talk to you. You can't even do the diagnostic. They want to tell you about how long they had the fridge, about how they had a fridge that lasted 30 years. Brother, sometimes, those windbags can send you on the loop because you're just trying to do your diagnostic. Brother TK, to that you say, sir. Any thoughts on the windbag?
Oh man, I've had some windbags, boy. I tell you what, man, I've had some talkers in my day. When I was training with my now business partner, he's very talkative. He loves talking to the customer, and I enjoy it too. I'm not gonna lie. And man, he'd get in there with a talker, boy, and it was over. I, I'd be I'd pick up the tool bag. I'd be inching my way to the door, and they're still talking. 20
Yeah.
minutes go by. They're still talking. Job's done. We're paid. We're ready to leave. They're still talking. I call them, if it's a lady, I call them chatty Cathys.
The
They're
chatty patties?
chatty Cathys. They
Chatty
just talk,
catty?
talk, talk, talk. I had this one woman. I was working on her. I want to say it was a GE Harmony dryer, which I was
Okay.
not
Ooh,
very.
that's a sophisticated one.
Yeah, it's LG built, but the brand is GE.
Yeah, I know it. It syncs with the washer.
Syncs with the washer. And
Yeah.
I had not. I This was years and years ago when I first went into business for myself, and I didn't have a whole lot of experience with this machine. And it was in her garage, and she was an elderly lady, super nice, super sweet. And typically the talkative ones are super nice people because they're very personable. They like talking. This woman got to talking and talking and talking. I got the text sheet pulled up on my tablet, and I'm trying to put this thing in diagnostic mode and do some diagnostics. And I finally, very politely, just stopped, and I was perfectly honest with her. I said, "Ma'am," I said, "I'm trying to get this thing in diagnostic mode," and I said, I'm kind of having a hard time paying attention.
Hmm.
I said, "Do you think I could go ahead and kind of figure out what's going on with this thing? And then as soon as I'm done, I'll come grab you and let you know what's going on." As soon as I did it, she totally understood. She went inside, and I wasn't rude about it. I was very professional. And when I was done, I hope I didn't come across rude to you earlier. I was just trying to make sure I got your issue taken care of. And I don't see this machine a lot, so I wanted to make sure, I did my best for you. And she goes, "Oh no, I understand. I can get to talking." And I just, she started sharing more stories about her because she was telling me about her grandchildren. She was telling me about this, that, and the other. And I like hearing all that stuff, but I was also trying to focus and it was distracting me. So yeah, the chatty Cathy, man, the windbag, been there, seen that.
Okay, I'm gonna
Definitely an
add a little
interesting one.
twist and a little fun to the game. I want you to rank the windbag from 1 being least desirable to 10 being most desirable. Where would you rank the windbag?
The windbag, I'd probably 10 is most desirable. I'd probably give them a strong 6.
I copy.
Yeah, a strong 6.
Alright, that moves me on to my number 2 candidate of the 10 appliance repair customer personality types. Brother TK, I call this one the DI wire. It's pretty self-explanatory. Not one of my favorite ones to deal with. I'll let you give your where do you rank? I want your 2 cents on it and tell me where you rank this one.
I can tell you right now, I rank the DIY at about a 2 to 3
If that,
because
and you're being generous.
I'm being generous. I can't stand going in. The worst thing I want to hear is my husband's already taken it apart for you. You go in there, it's a direct drive washer, and he's disassembled it from the back, or he's taken everything off the back of it, and everything's supposed to be taken out from the front. I mean, the DIYer is probably one of the worst customers that I deal with. They First off, they think they know how to fix it. Second off, you're called there, so it's obvious they don't know how to fix it because they didn't fix it. But then they get into why they couldn't fix it, and they want to explain themselves to you. It's not that bad. I'll give you an example of one I just went out on, the newer style GE dryer. That where you have to pop the console up and then take them two screws out the back corners. I went out on one of those. This man had took every single screw out of the
Oh,
machine, and I walked in. The sides were collapsed out. The
oh,
console. I mean, it looked like it exploded. And I walked in, and she goes, "Yeah, my husband already took it apart." My eyes were just like,
just wait. Just to make it easy for you. Just to make it
just yeah,
easier for you.
yeah. Like they expect a discount because their husband took it apart. Like, ma'am, I'm gonna have to spend 20 minutes trying. All right, where are all the screws? And then they hand you a Ziploc bag with all the screws mixed together inside of it, and it's like, because what people don't understand is part of what we're doing when we're in there is we're taking it apart, and we remember as we're doing it, take it apart this way. You have your strategic way you put the screws. Like for me, I have strategic ways I place my screws on my magnet dish, so I know this little bunch goes here, this little bunch, because I have ADD. If I just throw them all on the magnet dish, they'll go anywhere.
Brother,
I
at
put
least you
all
using a magnet dish. Let's be clear about that.
Oh yeah, I gotta use if I don't use a
How
magnet
many
dish,
people don't even use that?
I got a my magnet dish is probably about that big around. And I'll just put little piles. So like these four screws, I know go here, these go here, these go here. But yeah, that DIYer, they bring out the Ziploc bag with screws in it, and it looks like their dryer exploded. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give them a two.
Listen, I wanna interject something because we all are DIYs in our own outright. How many times we looked up our car on YouTube to figure out how to change the light bulb and this and that. I'm not promoting anti DIY. What I'm trying to promote is like they can be very difficult customers to deal with.
for
Why?
sure.
Because in them trying to save a buck, which is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saving a buck. We all do it. That's why we use YouTube. But the thing is when they go above and beyond, enter into the job, lose screws, take stuff apart, remove wires that we don't know how they went back. Imagine trying to piece a timer together that you didn't take off and the schematics are missing. Good luck with that, huh?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
again, the DIY, we're not against anybody trying to save $1. It's just that when they get into the unit, mess it up, and that's when things get messy. Your any final thoughts on the DIY?
Yeah, I don't want to sound like I hate the DIYer. I just hate going behind them. I hate going behind them.
Okay, number 3 moves me on to another fine beauty here, brother TK. I call this one the complainer. The
Oh,
complainer is pretty easy to spot out. Nothing's ever good enough. Finds issues with everything. Makes a big deal out of nothing. And I've learned that it's never you. It's always them that's the problem. Any thoughts on the complainer? And where do you rank this one, 1 to 10?
see me? Ah, I rank the complainer at a 4. And the reason I rank them there is because I love a good challenge. And I love to when I walk into a customer's house and I just sense that they're going to be a tough one. I love turning that customer into a customer for life. And because the fact of the matter is a lot of these people have had really, really bad experiences with service people, whether
Mm-hmm.
it been an electrician or an appliance person or an HVAC person. They've probably had some bad experiences, which kind of fuels their complaining spirit, that nagging spirit. And when I can go in there and I can provide them with excellent service, I really I'm professional on every call I go on. But when it comes to these types of customers, I really try to just be super professional. and just lay it on for them with the professionalism, from the foot covers to, if they're maskers, I mask up for them, whatever I need to do. um a lot of times, I would say 80% of the time, I can turn those types of customers into someone that loves us. You just got to go above and beyond for them and make them love you. And then there's those ones, man, where you just can't do enough for them, and you just have to realize that those ones, the ones that you can't ever make happy, unfortunately, they're not my customer, and I'm going to move on. But the ones that have just been burnt in the past and are just kind of a little leery of service people, I love turning them into customers for life and reassuring them that when they call Richmond Appliance guys, they're going to get top-notch professional service. So that's kind of a split one for me, because sometimes it turns out really good, and then sometimes they get blacklisted, and I tell my CSR, don't ever give them service again. And sometimes you have to do that.
And where do you place the complainer at? 1 to 10. You said a 4.
A 4, yeah,
Okay.
4.
All right, brother. We got a question here. I want your take on it. It's from brother Charlie Simpson. Charlie, what's the vibes, man? Thank you for tapping in.
What's up, Charlie?
Charlie's question reads: how do you guys build that customer relation when it's a transactional type of customer situation? Do you even bother trying to build that connection? Some people's be assholes, LOL. By the time they call you, you right about that. Gotta filter them out. Any
Yeah.
thoughts on his question?
Absolutely. Well, that's perfect, man, because it ties into exactly what I was just saying. Those transactional customers. We did a podcast one time, and where Zach and EJ were breaking down the difference between a transactional customer and a relationship customer. A relationship customer is one of those people where you've built a relationship with them. They know you, you've been servicing them for years, you're their appliance person, you have that relationship. A transactional customer is one of those people where, they just want to get their appliance fixed. They don't care about a relationship, they don't care about none of that stuff. But just like I was talking about with the complainer, that transactional customer, my goal with every single customer, no matter who they are, is to make them a customer for life. That's why our motto at Richmond Appliance guys is a new customer will be a repeat customer. But with that being said, just like I said before, you do have to know where to draw the line. You do have to know when to say, okay, this person isn't my customer, because there is a specific type of customer we want. And it is that relationship customer. It's that loyal customer that's going to keep coming back. And if they're just a tire kicker and they're just, calling around to see who's cheapest, my CSR is going to let them know before we even get out there, we're not the cheapest. You might as well call Chuck in the truck down the street, because Richmond Appliance guys is not the cheapest. But we do give a 1-year parts and labor warranty. We do stand behind our work, and we do know how to fix appliances, and we give professional service. So those transactional customers, just like with every customer, it's my goal to make them I like to turn transactional customers into relationship customers. That's my goal every time. If they're a first time customer, first and foremost, they're going to get a discount at the end of the service call. They're not going to know when they first call they're going to get it, because I don't want them to know that. Because if they're just looking for a deal, they're not my customer. But at the end of the call, once everything's said and done, I ask this question every time: is this your first time using us? And if they say yes, I say, well, you know what? I'm gonna knock $25 off your bill, and I appreciate you calling us. I hope you call us again. And they love it. They love it every single time. Now, we all know that we can knock $25 off the bill because of the way we set our pricing. If you haven't set your pricing up that way, then you need to recalculate the way you set up your pricing. But at the end of the day, folks, people like discounts, and they want to know that you appreciate their business. So when you knock that $25 off, or whatever your number is, mine's 25, at the end of the call, they're going to be thankful. And you've just taken them from being a transactional customer to a relationship customer, because they're going to remember you. They're going to tell their friends about you. They're going to share you on Facebook. They're going to share you on Nextdoor app. They're going to tell their grandma about you. And then you'll get TK's favorite customer, the old lady.
I'm gonna give you my 2 cents, brother Charlie, and thank you for tapping in. And TK, thank you for that wonderful explanation. Thank you. But I think the part that hit home with me is when he says trying to build that connection. When I first started, mind you, I was a young guy, 30, 32, 31. I was a little in over my head and intimidated. So I went above and beyond. I tried to get like really good reviews. I was super polite. I was almost like respectfully, almost like a yes man. I was always trying to like please them and do everything. But you know what I learned with that over the years? That people take friendship for weakness. And people take friendship for trying to play games with you when it's time to pay you and when it's time to send you your money. And then when you call them out on it and you ask them, they hit you with the, hey, man, I thought we were cool. Yeah, I thought we were cool too, but man, I haven't gotten paid. What's up? What's going on with my money? So I've learned that being a little bit more dry and a little bit less, it's a fine line, TK, because it's not being rude and disrespectful, but it's also being like a little standoffish, dry, and to the point of, look, I'm here to fix this. I'm here to fix this. And I've learned that when I separate that friendly element and I become a little less, I don't know how to put it, but more firm on my pricing, that's when I'm starting to see more results. And it sucks that it has to be that way, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And I think just from my experience dealing with so many different people around the appliance community, it has a lot to do with the area you're in too. Because like I'm in Virginia and I don't get a lot of customers because I'm super friendly with my customers, but I don't get customers that in, I would say in the last 8 years of being in business, I've maybe had 2 or 3 customers, COD customers, that didn't want to pay us. And we have, that's where your procedures come into place. If you don't have procedures to get your money, then we need to talk in private about that, because you need to have procedures to get your money, all the way down to, if you don't give me my money, I'm going to go to the courts and get my money. But you don't want to be running back and forth to the courts day in and day out. So you want to do it once and do it right with all of the people that owe you money. But we'll get into that in another podcast.
Listen, this is a wormhole we could go down. You heard, Charlie? Thank you for the question, bro. Hey, TK, I appreciate the insight, man. Thank you for being on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Don't hit the like button for me. Hit the like button for my guest, man. Let's make him feel welcome. You know what I'm saying? He could be anywhere in the world, but hey, he's here with us. And we appreciate him. So let's show the brother some love. Please hit the like button. And again, please go on over to the Appliance Alliance group. Tell him brother B sent you. TK, let's move on to our next fine work of art here. The inspector. Okay. Let me talk about the inspector real brief. This is the guy or gal that everything is there checking. And, oh, did you push it back? And wait, what's that noise? And they're moving the tub, checking all the lights, and you're sitting there waiting and waiting to get paid. And they're just doing this 20-point inspection test. I mean, hell, I'm almost tempted to ask him, hey, can you write me down your checklist of what you're checking? This is so thorough. I need my guys to do this. Your thoughts on these type, please.
Oh man,
and what you grade them 1 to 10.
They drive me absolutely crazy, man. These people right here, the inspector, they're just nitpicky, man. Like, I get it. It's your appliance, and I try to be empathetic with everybody and empathize, like, well, but I mean, the worst is when you work on that dryer and you change the heating element, change thermostat, whatever. And then you crank it back up and they're like, is it making a strange noise? Was it making that? No? I'm like, man, it sounds like a dryer to me. Like, what are you talking about? And it's like, no, it's making a strange noise, isn't it? And it's like, oh my gosh, this lady's gonna want me to tear her whole dryer apart again. Yeah, they can really be a number, man. They are probably one of my least favorite people to work for. Probably a 1 to 2.
Damn.
I
They're
can't.
worse than the DI. They're worse than. Well, I got a few more coming up. But damn,
Yeah,
you
like
going low.
I don't know if I can give multiple low rankings to several different people, but the
No.
inspector,
It's your show, bro. You can do whatever
when
you
they're
want.
super duper nitpicky, bro, I'm like, and like I said, I try to be as professional with everybody. That's why I try to go like I've noticed with those types of people, that's the type of person where like when I have the dryer pulled out, I'm asking them for their broom and I'm sweeping behind it and I'm going above and beyond. Um, a lot like just that customer that's I can't stand that kind of customer, to be honest with you. But it's part of the job, man. The one of the things that we have to realize, and I hope everyone can take away from this, is that part of our job as appliance repair technicians in the service industry is to cater to the customer until we can't cater to them. And once you've done everything you can, that's when you blacklist them. You get that job done, you put them on the do not service list, and you don't go back again. Because in this world of appliance repair and in the service industry in general, everyone is not your customer. You have to choose and you have to know who your customer is. And once they've drawn that line, the line for me is that if you cuss at me or if you disrespect me in any way, I'm done. I'm leaving. I'll pick my tools up. I won't even put your appliance back together. You can give me a 1-star on Google. I don't care. I'll leave. And I've done it before. And I've had them
I've
beg
done
me.
that too.
Oh no, no. Come back. I'm sorry. No, I'm leaving. That's it. And I did have one where the lady was rude to me, and then her husband came in and intervened, and I came back and I fixed it. Very few times have I ever had to do this. I had one lady on the phone. She was super picky, and I hadn't even been to her house yet. But she was a third-party warranty customer when I was first getting started. They'd sent 2 technicians out there for her, I believe it was a washer machine. And neither one of these technicians could fix it. And she called and she was raising hell and she was cussing at me and I cut her off. I said, ma'am, I said, my only intention is to fix your appliance. I said, but if you cuss at me again, I'm going to hang up the phone. I'm going to call your warranty company and I'm going to tell them to transfer it over to somebody else. And then you're going to have to deal with another person that might not know how to fix your appliance. Because I can tell you one thing, I know how to fix it. I can come over to your house and fix it. And she said, TK, I'm sorry. She said, I'm sorry. I've been so frustrated with this warranty company. They've sent 2 guys out here. Neither one of them could fix it. I've been weeks without. And I began to empathize with her. And I began to realize this lady's been through hell with this washer machine. So I got her model number. I did a little pre-trip diagnosis. I went over there with the part I thought it was. Thank God it was that part. It was that Whirlpool. It was that Whirlpool washer that has that water level sensor that's a control board and not a switch. And it causes it to do all these weird wonky things. I brought the part with me and got her fixed in one trip. She loved me. She's a customer of mine to this day. But it was all because I was stern with her. I wasn't disrespectful. I just said, ma'am, if you're going to cuss at me and you're going to be nasty, you haven't even given me a chance yet. And she's a customer of mine till this day, and she loves us. She loved me that day. She gave me a 5-star on the third-party warranty page or whatever. So, it's all in how you deal with them. I kind of went off on an ADD rant there, bro.
Nah, it's all good, son. I didn't want to interrupt you, but
you gotta watch me, man. I got ADD. I'll just start prattling
on. It's all good. Listen, we were talking about the inspector. one thing I want to add about the inspector is this. You can always flush them out too, even in the beginning. You can tell the inspector. They'll typically call like, hello, what company is this? Oh, you know, this whatever. Oh, okay. And am I talking to the owner? And how long you been in business? And I know you've had those. Are you a single show or you? I know you've had those. So you could tell the inspector from a mile away. So again, you give them a 1, and you rank them. Oh shit! All right, let's move on. I got another one for you. Thoughts?
Yeah, they're number 1 too.
Let me expand on the second anecdote that I have there. They have a doctor's degree from watching YouTube videos. How many times have you heard, man, I seen this repair done on YouTube. It's done in like 10 minutes, bro. You just got to take the 2 screws from the back and come from the bottom. How many times you been told that?
Too many times. Yeah,
Or
and you
they had
watch
a friend that said, hey, my boy said that he seen this, he did this job. It's like 10 minutes, this job.
Yeah. Well, I tell every customer the exact same thing. Um, when it, whenever it comes to cheapskates, we have some people in our area that are always cheap with us. And every single time, like it's I'd say maybe it's not a big majority of my customers, but there's a good chunk of them, and they're always cheap. And I just let them know, like, look, we're not the cheapest company. Like, if you're looking for the cheapest company out there, you need to call somebody else. Our service call is $85, which is reasonable. Our average repair is 200 and 250 plus part. That's an average repair, but we're flat rate pricing. It doesn't matter if it takes me 10 minutes or if it takes me 30 minutes. That job's going to cost you the same price because I don't charge by the hour. I charge flat rate pricing because here's the thing, and this is what you have to often explain to a customer. If I sent a green tech in there who maybe had a year on the job or less, and it takes him longer to do the job, do you want to pay more? You know what I'm saying? But if I, an experienced technician, go in there and I knock it out because I'm experienced and I know what I'm doing, should I earn less money because of that? Should I earn less money because of my experience? The answer is no, I shouldn't. That's why hourly wages, no, I don't charge by the hour. I charge flat rate, tiered pricing. You got tier 1, you got tier 2, you got tier 3. Then you got Seal Systems. If it's on tier 1, you're going to be paying $175 plus part. If it's on tier 2, you're going to be paying $250 to $300. If it's on tier 3, you're going to be paying $375, $450 plus part. That's how it is. And if you don't like it, go call Chuck in the truck and have him jack your stuff up. I almost cussed. Can we cuss on here?
What? Of course, bro. This YouTube's premiere. What you mean?
I always forget
you can
if
say
I can.
anything you want to say.
All right, cool. Yeah, let Chuck in the truck jack your shit up. Go call him.
Let Chuck in the truck go fix that shit. You heard? Ladies and gentlemen, hide the kids tonight. This is Off the Clock. You heard? All right, I got the next one for you. Oh, what's the number you rate? What you rate? 1 to 10.
1.
Huh?
I'll give them a 2.
I'm sorry, did you hear me?
Yeah, I give them a 2.
Hold on, I'm hooking up this microphone. You heard?
Yeah, you just got
it on earlier.
You just got really loud for some reason.
Let me know.
Sound good.
I sound good?
Yep.
But now I don't hear you. Hold on.
You can't hear me?
Say, son.
Hello.
Nah, hello. I try to get fly. The universe tells me, hell no. Screw that. Anyway, all right. Let's get a next one on. The pig, please.
Man, you're really bringing out the bad ones, aren't you?
Spot out. I'm sure you've seen them. This is the one that as soon as you arrive to the front lawn or yard or whatever, there's tires, cars broken down. They're halfway finished fixing. Before you get on the front step, there's the kids' sandcastle thing halfway built together. the bird cage that with no bird in it, the little dog cage in the corner that there's no dog, and then you open the door and it's a mess. Thoughts on this individual?
You know, I thought the one before, or the two before this was the worst. This one's the worst, man. You'll never see me leave a house faster than when I see cockroaches. The minute I see live, active cockroaches in your house, I'm
Hmm.
leaving. I'm not explaining myself. I'm not saying anything else. I'm picking up my bag and I'm going outside. And then I'm calling you on the phone and letting you know why I left. Because I'll be straight up with them. I will not work in your house with cockroaches. We do a lot of property management. I'd say probably maybe over 50% of our work is property managers. And we have everything from property management companies that manage multi-million dollar properties to some of the most slumlord houses you've ever seen in your life. And I do feel sorry for these people, and I do wish that there was something that could be done, because having cockroaches sucks. Um, I don't know if, you know, a lot of people that have never experienced that before don't know how horrible it is. Getting rid of cockroaches is a serious, serious battle.
Brother,
So
it's my time to interrupt you. It's my
go for it.
time to interrupt you. I'm not gonna let you go down the ADD. Listen to me now, brother. Listen
Gotcha.
to me, brother. Story time. Roaches. You ready for one? Brother, I had one, brother. I'll never forget it. It was a bottom mount free. No, it was just a straight up Frigidaire freezer. Straight up Frigidaire upright freezer. I'll never forget it. Brother, the problem was the evaporator fan. It got iced up due to defrost. So due to that, the unit wouldn't cool. It was just a bimetal, and I changed the defrost timer. That's it. The heater element had continuity, and my wire harness was good. Brother, the place was full of roaches. You hear me? Full of roaches. But brother, I was trying to be nice. Let's just say that the lady who answered the door was uh she was very nice to look at, and I got persuaded. Okay? I got persuaded. And against all my better judgment, I put my bag down, which was the first mistake because they crawl in the bag. But
Mm-hmm.
unbeknownst, I tried to do a quick diagnosis. I opened up the door. I didn't hear the fan running. I seen the back of the frost, took a picture of the model number. By the time I went on Sears Parts Direct, just to see if this thing has a bimetal or a board or a thermistor, like what kind of technology I'm dealing with. And once I figured out I had a bimetal and a timer, I went with those two, picked back up my bag, and quoted the lady. She said, no problem. Here comes the fun games. One day I'm in the gas station and I'm putting gas in my car, and as I open up the door, I see where my cup holder is. I had a Arizona iced tea. I see a little roach, the German
Mm.
roach. Because be clear, there's Asian, the American. This one was the German cockroach, my least desirable one. I
Yeah, he got a little
digress.
swastika on his forehead.
It's good to
That
step on
that
and
was a
twist your
joke.
foot, but nonetheless, I say, whoa, what's this? I get the can and I literally hurl it. I'm sorry, Mother Earth. I'm not a polluter, but a roach is a roach. You heard on this one, I get a pass. Brother, I see it the next night, and the night after, and the night after, and the night after. Brother, I realize I have an infestation problem. Brother, you know what
Mm.
I try to do? I buy the can of Raid. And when I would see it, I would spray it. But brother, they wasn't going away. Now I started getting scared. I'm sorry, bro. I'm 170, 175, 6 foot. I work out. I do a little MMA. Like I'm confident in myself, respectfully, humbly. But I'm scared of roaches. So I drove with the lights on. Because I know guys is gonna laugh at me in the comment section. but I drove with the lights on because I was scared. I'm sorry. And I didn't want them to crawl on me. Brother, I bought these little cans of hot shots,
Yeah.
foggers.
Yeah, the
And I
foggers.
said,
Yep.
oh, I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them. I was prepared for the war, brother. I looked like Russia. I was the number 2. I had all the power in the world. I was ready to get my mashing on. But no, brother. Those hot shots did nothing. You hear me? Nothing. I upped the ante and said, something got to give here. And I realized that there were the raids, which were a step above the hot shots. Those work, actually. They cost me $15 for 3 cans. I bought 3 packs. That's 9 cans. You heard me? Brother, I did Hiroshima, Nagasaki, all of the bombs all together. Bam, 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 bam. Close the door. Brother, I seen the roaches crawling on the windshield, trying to escape. They all had little babies hanging out their butts. I was like, yeah. Brother, they were like trying to climb up the windshield, and then you would see them hanging on by one leg, and then they would just drop to their death.
Man, that makes me
Brother,
itch
the
just
next
thinking about
morning
it.
I felt good, brother. I went in there with my shop vac, and I was vacuuming on all up, and I thought, I got him. Brother, I went nuclear. I'm sorry. I violated all the Geneva codes. I went straight nuclear. I played no
Got to.
games. And brother, lo and behold, guess what? You wouldn't believe it, bro. Like 2-3 weeks later, I seen a baby one. I said, oh, hell no, bro. Bro, I
Yeah.
upped the ante. Then I realized that there's these gel. Hold on 1 second. I'm an OG. Hold on. Brother, then I realized that there's this bad boy over here. You heard? Tool talk of the week. Combat Max. It's a gel. So you take this gel and you put the little gel in various portions of your vehicle. The intent is that it's poison. And when they eat the poison, they carry the poison back to the nest. They die. And being that they're cannibals, they eat the dead guy who has the poison and so forth and so on, and it kills them all. Brother, I thought even with this, I won the battle. Brother, long story short, you know how I got rid of the roaches? I got rid of
Got
the
a new
damn
service
car.
vehicle? Yeah,
Got
I was
rid
gonna
of the
say.
damn car altogether, bro. I lost the fight, bro. I lost the fight, bro. So that's my thing with the pig. And that's why me and roaches, we don't hang out. We don't do the tango. We don't interact. None of that. Because, bro, they defeated me, man. They defeated me.
That's the worst, man. Roaches are the absolute worst. Like
Word.
my new guy, Zach, that I have a Zach that works for me too. He just ran into his first roach infestation last Monday, and he called me, and he calls me. He went outside to the van. He's like, "Hey man, I'm on this one." He's like, "I pulled the back wall off of this range, and there's roaches everywhere." And I said, "Where's your tool bag?" He goes, "What?" I said, "Where's your tool bag?" He said, "It's inside." I said, "Go get it and call me back." He ran inside and got it, and he's like, "What do I do?" I was like, "Is it a tenant situation?" He goes, "Yeah, it's a tenant situation." I said, "Call him on the phone." I said, "Don't go back in the house. Call him on the phone. Let him know you need to talk to the property manager, and then get on the phone with the property manager. Let him know we're not coming back. Charge him $85 and leave." That's what we did. Because I still gonna get
But
my money. Either way, you're gonna pay me $85 just for coming out.
brother, that's why I don't do the roach thing. You heard? So that takes me to this guy here, the pig. So where do you rank this guy? Number 1? 1
Number
to
one,
10?
worst
Okay.
customer ever.
Now, let me tell you
This
about
person
this
goes
guy.
right along with the pig, though. They're a pig in
Man,
their
we
own
still gotta
respect.
do yours. So let me try to fly through this because
All right,
we
let's do
gotta
it.
go through your list.
Yeah.
Okay. The hoarder. This one is very tricky. This one is the cousin to the pig. The only difference is that the hoarder, they're sanitary. You may not have the smell of the fecal and the diapers and the trash can that they don't take out or the dishes that they leave on the table that you start seeing the little worms and maggots crawling. No, the hoarders are a little different. They're actually, and I don't know how to say this, but they're clean, but they just have a lot of stuff. I don't know if that makes sense, but they also provide tight working conditions. Mr. TK, thoughts on the hoarder, and what do you rank these fine folks, 1 to 10, sir?
Not a big fan of the hoarder either. I think there's different types there. I've watched that show Hoarders quite a few times. There's different types of hoarders. Some of them aren't just cousin to the pig, they are pigs as well. They're just pigs with hoarding tendencies. But then you do have some people. What up, EJ? Then you do have some people that are a little bit neater. Typically, I'm not a big fan of the hoarder. I'd probably rank them a 2 to 3. But I would say not a huge fan of the hoarder. My wife thinks I'm a hoarder because I love going to thrift stores and yard sales and buying stuff and bringing it home and selling it. But I don't keep my stuff. I sell it. So I'm not a hoarder. Just want to go on the record for the sake.
No, for sure, for sure.
And look,
And
but
listen,
you don't see
listen,
piles of
I want to go on
newspapers
the
in my
record
room.
too, dog, because listen, no one's poop here smells better than the other. We all got skeletons in our closet. No one's perfect, no one's perfect. But I tell you this, if you're gonna invite me into your home, right, at least give me, let's at least have a baseline of respect. Like if I invite you in my home, I'm gonna do my best to make it welcoming to you. I'm gonna put some effort into it. Clean it up, make sure it smells good. Whatever I gotta do, but I want you to stay at my place welcoming. And that extends to the service you're gonna do here. And I feel like when people don't do that, they like don't value you and your company there. And like, if you against that, like they don't take your considerations into thought. So that's the only reason I'm grinding these people up. I'm not trying to like step on nobody or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, hoarders, like if you've watched that show, hoarders literally do have a issue in their head where they just feel like they have to keep stuff. So I empathize with those people as well. And it sucks that they have to be that way and they have those struggles. But at the same time, it can be a pain in the ass working. Like you've been in the house before where you walk in and it's literally trails through stuff and there's mountains. I mean, I've been in straight up hoarder houses where you walk in and you're walking through paths of newspapers and bags of stuff and boxes of stuff. I haven't been to a nasty hoarder yet, just clean hoarders. It's weird because they're organized. But yeah,
Hey,
yep.
I just said that. I said they the cousin to the pig minus the health hazards. It's almost like they have this labyrinth or this network of hoarder tunnels and caves, and they
Yeah.
expect you to navigate through that. But unlike the pig, you don't smell the fecal, you don't smell the urine, the cat droppings, the poo. It's a different animal. That's why I said it's cousin to the pig. I agree with EJ on that.
Hey, and those roaches got a smell to them too.
They
When you've
do.
been,
As soon as I
yeah,
walk in, I can smell them.
soon as you walk in, you can smell them roaches at the door, and it's like, and there's no way to explain that smell of a roach infested house. But as soon as I walk in, I know it's roach infested, and all I gotta do is look behind the appliance and then walk out.
Okay. The impatient. Where we at with this guy or gal? This is cousin to the cheapskate. Now, in my opinion, the impatient are generally the biggest hagglers. They're also the most relentless and merciless when it comes to the recalls. If I may have just but 2 minutes to explain. The impatient normally is like this. They call you 7:47 a.m. TK, I have an emergency, man. I need you. Please, can you fit me in today? Yeah, no problem, man. Oh, I got you. All right, man, please help me. And then the haggler, I'm sorry, the impatient, as soon as you get there, you provide the diagnosis, you do everything, and you tell them the price. They're like, oh, man, wow, man, oh, that's the best you could do. Ah. And then, get this, let you have a recall. Let something be wrong. The impatient is the biggest one that's gonna be like, hey, my fridge, I'm gonna lose all my food. Ah! And like putting all this pressure on you. And they always call you Sunday when the Jets is losing. And you already got a full day on Monday. Now you gotta squeeze this animal in. The impatient. Tell me where you rank these guys and gals at.
The impatient one. Yeah, I would say maybe a 4. I give them a 4. Because at the end of the day, those people, they are impatient and they need it done yesterday. And you can always tell because everything's an emergency. Like in my company, we prioritize refrigerators because we feel like refrigerators are an emergency. Like people need their food to be cold and their stuff to stay frozen. But if your microwave isn't working, it's not an emergency, ma'am. It's not. And I know you needed it fixed last week. And I know you're upset that we couldn't get out same day to service you. We've been dealing with a lot of this lately because we've been so far booked out, which is something that I don't like. But I've gotten more complaints lately, and they're not really complaints, but just where you go out and like, I can't believe it took you guys 2 weeks to get out here, and it's like, they need it fixed yesterday. I'd say I'd give them a 4. Typically speaking, they're all talk. You get in there and fix it, but those recalls can be a pain in the butt. I will say that. You're right about that.
Brother, this is where I'm gonna have to agree to like disagree, but I'm gonna give them a 1. I'm gonna give
Oh,
them
really?
negative 100. Listen to me very carefully. I send these people elsewhere. The impatient and I don't work well together, and you know why? Because man, I get up, right? I put on my socks and my boots just like any other guy, and I normally have a good upbeat demeanor to myself. But these particular folks, they call you with their urgency. And they call you and they put this immense pressure on you. And you already have your day kind of full, but you want to do good and you squeeze them in. And now you're dealing with them and they end up being the biggest hagglers. They're just very unpleasant people to deal with. So these type, I generally revert them to somebody else. In fact, these are by far the worst type, in my opinion, the impatient.
Not your
I
customer.
truly detest this one.
Yeah, and it's the worst too when it's like they're a tenant. You know what I'm saying? Because then I'm not there working for that person. I'm working for the property management company. And then you got this impatient person. Yeah, you're right. They do suck. Let's give them a 1.
All right, this is my final one, brother. I'm done with my 10, and we're gonna tap into yours. This is my final customer type. I call this one the ideal customer. This is the type, brother, you get there, everything's nice and clean. They leave you alone. They're not standing over your shoulder. As soon as you're done and you say, ma'am or sir, this is the amount. Oh yeah. How much do I do I pay you now? They're ready to hand you their card. No haggling. Nice, easy. You tell them, hey, I'm running a little behind. Oh, no problem. We're here all night. My husband and I. We're no problem. Get here when you can. Drive safe. The best. Your thoughts, sir? 1 to 10. For me, 100. For you, sir, your thoughts?
10 all the way. Yeah. I mean, and I will say this, that is a good majority of my customer base.
Oh, you lucky, bro. I need
dude,
to
I'm
move to your area. I got a
so
real
fortunate.
band of losers where I'm from.
We are extremely fortunate here. We have also our COD customers that we have, like our loyal customer base that calls us back every time. They're awesome, man. I really can't complain about them. We do, we deal with all these different people, but the majority of my customer base are exactly who you're talking about. Just good, down to earth people, understand you're there. They love us. We love them. We get in there. They don't mind paying us, often tip us, often offer us drinks, often, send us home with some random thing, which we'll talk about that person later. I love those people.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm pulling
10.
up yours now, brother. Let's get into your 10 here.
I think did I
And
have
I
10
want
or
you
did
to
I have
break down
5?
and I'll give you my 2 cents on them. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all enjoyed tonight's show, please hit the like button. We're going to hang out tonight. Grab a drink, roll up, do whatever you're
Oh,
going
can
to do.
I
Let's
can
have
I
a good time.
refill my drink while you pull that up?
Yeah.
All
I'm
right, I'll be
pulling
right
up
back.
yours now. It's just the slideshow's acting up. Okay, slideshow. Then let's go here from the beginning. All right, brother. I got you tapped in here. Nope. Bear with me. There we go. Who's this guy, brother? The lurker.
All right, thank you for your patience. The lurker.
Now,
Well,
before we go on, I just so that the guys and gals that is tuning in, I gave y'all my 10 characteristic types. Now, again, brother TK at the ASTI, he said, brother B, I'm gonna give you my characteristic types. So this is brother TK's. So this is all foreign turf to me. So go ahead, brother TK. Tell me what I'm looking at. Tell the crowd who the hell is the lurker.
the lurker. Well, we've all had them. I know you have. It's that one that's right on top of you the whole time.
Oh,
He's looking over your shoulder. He's watching you. Like literally, I've had these people. Like I get a lot of these ones, and they're like, I think COVID was actually a good thing with these customers because you'd be like, hey, could you give me my 6 feet, please? I need a social distance away from you because I mean they're right on top of you, peering over your shoulder. I've had them go as far as to reach into the appliance and while I got it opened up and touch stuff, and that right there gets on my
oh
nerves.
hell no! You have
Especially
violated my workspace.
yeah, and that's just it. They're a violation of my workspace, and I can't stand that. So not only am I going to tell you about them, I'm going to tell you how to deal with them. When you get these customers, what you need to do is be upfront and blunt with them and just say to them, ma'am, sir, I need to focus on my diagnostics right now. I need to focus on making sure I get your unit fixed. You're more than welcome to watch me from, over there if you want to, but I need this little space around me to be my space. I don't want you to get shocked. I don't want you to get cut. I might have to do a live voltage test, might have to do a live amp test. And it's not going to be safe if you're lurking over top. I wouldn't say the word lurking, but if you're hovering over top of me the whole time, and just be professional about it. When you get into some of these situations with these customers, you have to be professional, but you have to stand your ground. Let them know that when I'm in my workspace, don't come in my workspace. Don't reach in to try to touch something. You might get shocked. I might stab you with my meter leads. Just kidding. But yeah,
Nah,
the
nah,
lurker.
nah, nah, brother TK. Again, you know why I like this dialogue between me and you? Cause my subscribers get to see two different perspectives. Cause this is one of them that I don't know if I agree with you on that. I like a lurker. I
Do
give a
you?
lurker like a 6 or a 7 in
Oh
my book,
wow.
and I'll tell you why. Because the lurker, they I like explaining all the way I do things. Like, oh, you want to watch this? Come in, come in. Look, Look, you see this line right here? This is the suction. This where it comes from, the evaporator. That one in there. Watch how I put this together. You see this? Woo, 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 woo. And I show them the whole breakdown while I'm doing it, flying through it too. Boom, 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 boom. And when I quote them and I give them the bill, I feel like they feel like it's justified due to like the level of professionalism and something you said earlier today. I didn't want to interrupt you. It's buying with confidence. Let me say that one more time. It's buying with confidence. When you invite me into your home, you're going to buy with confidence because I'm going to nail the job. And if I mess up, I'll come back. But I'm going to nail the job. Forget about it. Yeah. It's going to be cheaper than replacing a new one. So in my opinion, brother, I don't mind the lurker, honestly, you know. So I give him. Is it okay if I rate them? Oh,
no, absolutely. I want to hear. I want to hear it.
I want to hear like a 7 for those. You heard? I like those.
How do you feel though about the ones that are on top of you in your workspace? The ones that are on top of you in your workspace.
Man, brother, can I? Oh, okay, I know we pressed for time, but it's a Saturday night. Guys don't gotta work tomorrow. But listen, I'll tell you a story, bro. I walked into one, and it was like the most weirdest thing I've ever been to in my life. You ever walk into a home and you know that it's something going on behind closed doors in that home? Something dark, sinister, and ugly. And the way you know it is because from the moment you walk in, the people just look weird. They look like humans, but they're not on the same wavelength or the same sine wave as you. Think Hills Have Eyes, any one of them, you know, weirdo character, bunch of character, Texas Chainsaw, you know, those fine group of people. Yeah. And when you walk in, you're like, man, what's up with these fine folks? Well, I say all that to say this. I did one that was a garbage disposal. The lady was taking pictures of me. The son was writing it down. They were like, oh, you want me to hand you a tool? They were like in my space. Bro, that one was intense. You know what I did? I had those little iPod things. I told them, look, I got it. They didn't take my warning. I said, okay. Look, I got it. They didn't take my warning. Brother, I put on NWA, the police coming straight out of Compton at volume 35. And I didn't give two hells about what they thought. And I did their garbage disposal. When I was done, I charged them and walked out the door.
There you go. Yeah, and
I don't care about the lurker.
I will say this. I like the ones that are just in the room with me. I don't like the ones that come into my circle. If they're over here, I'll do exactly what you were saying. I'll explain stuff to them. I'll dumb it down and give them an explanation. But once they get into my workspace and my little bubble that I like to be in, that's where I can't stand it. So yeah, there's different levels of lurker. So you got your regular lurker that just likes to hang out in the room. I love them because I like talking to the customer while I'm working. I'll be in there doing my thing. And just like you said, explaining stuff, giving them your little customer education as you're going, telling them about this, telling them about that, asking about their kids, whatever. But once you get into my workspace, that's where I draw the line. And I'll make little obstacle courses too. My friend Scott Holt told me there. Oh, let's go to this one. I'm going off on
No. Whoa. You weren't done. I'm just segueing, brother. This is called segue. No, continue, man. You make me feel bad now.
My friend Scott Holt, he's a local technician that trained me on Samsung when I first started. He told me, he said, if you ever got a customer and, you know, you just kind of want to keep a amount of space in between them, he said, set up an obstacle course for him. And he showed me how he sets the, you know, like the dryer drum and the dryer front out on a blanket in between him, the door where the customer has to come in. So then the customer would literally have to go over all this stuff to get in there and be all up on top of them. That's one way to keep the lurker out of your circle. You want to talk to me, you're going to talk to me from over there behind the dryer drum.
Hey, you remember that show called American Gladiator, where it was like a series of obstacles you had to jump over and stuff?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, they got to go. What's that ninja show they got now.
I know what
American
you're
Ninja.
talking about. That they like hang on things and they swim
Yep.
and all. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. All right, who's this fine folk that we got here?
I'll be there. Y'all, we do calls before we go to every call. I give the customer a heads up. So I'll be there in 10 minutes. You get there. Call them again. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm running a little late. I'll be there in 15 minutes. 15 minutes passed. They're still not there. Now, you've already told this customer that you're going to be at their house between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock, but they weren't there at 2 o'clock. They weren't there at 2:15. Let me ask you this. How long do you wait, Brother B? What's the Brother B? Cut them off. I'm tired of waiting. I'm leaving time.
Nah, like 10 minutes, bro.
10
I'm
minutes?
sorry, man. I'm busy as hell, man. Because this is what it is. You could be there for 10 minutes, or you could be there for 40 or 50. Who's gonna tell? After 10, I ain't willing to take that risk. I'm out of there.
I don't blame you, man. What's your rating on this fine gentleman here that doesn't respect your time but wants you to fix his appliance?
I'll take them like a 5, and I'll explain to you why. I'm normally busy as hell. I'm trying to get home, so when they not there, I'll be like, oh, all right, no problem, and I keep it pushing. But in the back of my mind, I'll be like, all right, that's gonna cost you tomorrow when I come back. You heard? And unfortunately, to them, they pay some type of a nuisance tax. You know, they don't.
So they're gonna pay for it when you come back.
Oh yeah, they're gonna pay for it on the back end.
Yeah.
I don't mind that I'll be there because that means I get to go home earlier. More than likely, I'm behind on work, so that's fine.
Yeah, it's almost a double-edged sword, right?
We out of there.
Yeah. Do you still charge them a service fee for not respecting your time?
Man, you know what the thing about the I'll be there is? I'm learning in my latter years that I let a lot of them off the hook, and then I would get it the next time I would go. But now I'm noticing take the credit card information down up front. You heard?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We've started, we get a lot of these folks with the property management company because the tenant isn't our customer once again. So what we've done is we've actually let our property managers know that if their tenant is not there and we have to leave and reschedule, that they will get charged a service fee, and that we believe they should forward it on to the tenant because they didn't respect our times. And we've stuck to it. We've sent a bunch of property management companies service fees because their tenants did not respect our time. Oh yeah, there she is.
Wait, can I take a second real quick, brother TK?
You sure can, bud.
I love the aesthetics. Let's hit the like button for brother being the aesthetics. Brother TK, I came a long way, man. 5 years doing this thing, 4 or 5 years, man. You should have seen the first episode I did of this. Look at us now, man. We got got the little graphics, the little animation. We came a long way, man.
You came legit for sure. And hey, just to back it up, I just looked over and my wife has a kitty cat mouse pad on our computer desk. Look at that. Kitty cat. So I might actually be married to this woman. I'm not sure, but we only have one cat. And my house does not smell like cats.
Nah, I got
the cat lady.
I ain't no
have you been to this lady's? And first of all, why is it always a lady? Because it's always a lady. I don't know if that's
the motherly instinct.
You've been to this customer's house, right?
Oh man, I know them personally. Oof.
Tell
me about the cat lady though, please.
As soon as you walk in the door, you know it. You haven't even seen the cats yet, but you can smell them. Oh,
they're laying on top of the car and the outside. They're laying on the hood. There's like 3 or 4 little bowls outside. There's little water things outside before you even press the doorbell. Right at the doorstep. And there's like 3, 4 cats looking at you. Some are running away. Some are gangster. They look at you
Yeah.
like, I wish you would come up to me. And then as
Oh
soon as
yeah.
you open up the door, there's this instant aroma of like
Oh,
pneumonia.
just
You ever had that thing where they break it and they make you smell it to make you wake up? It's that, bro. It's that,
it's
like on
horrible,
steroids.
man. I
Your
actually
eyes
make it.
bleeding. You like, you got water dripping out your eyes. They the worst.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the cat lady. Now, I will say this: if I go into a house and I see several cats, like let's say you see 3 or 4 different cats, and the house doesn't stink, I always make it a point to compliment the lady on how, because they know that they might think their house stinks, but I've been into several cat people's houses that didn't stink, and I always make it a point to compliment them. Like, man, you got several cats, huh? They're like, yeah, I got 5 cats. Your house actually does not smell like cats. And I'll tell them, I'm like, I've been in houses where people have 4 or 5 cats and it stinks. And they're like, really? My house doesn't stink? And I'm like, no, your house smells perfectly normal. And that's freaking awesome. But the ones that don't, man, I am not a fan of them. There's something about that smell, dude. It's just, it's probably one of the worst smells on earth. That just nasty cat litter, piss, and what, I don't know. Ugh, it's just disgusting.
Let me say something though, yo. I got love for all animals. You heard? Like I got a dog. I'm more of a dog guy, but like I love cats too. I'm not a cat guy, but I got love for everything. But I say all that. I done been to some houses that the people is not like cat ladies. That they got 30 million cats. In these houses, they may have 1 or 2 cats, but it's always like that one cat that he's curious and he want to go all in your bag. He want to go all into the element, and you got to push him back. Like, yo, kitty, it's a 240 volts there. You gonna end up getting your mind right. You heard, and you ain't gonna have 9 more lives. Like, it's some cats that's funny and win me over because of their curiosity. And while I'm doing the job, they'll poke their head in and they'll win me over. But that's different from this. That you got like 400.
Yeah. Yeah. You ever seen one of those hairless cats?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. The
Man, those
Egyptian
things are
ones.
wild looking. They look like a little alien cat, man.
Yeah, but you don't see those with the cat lady. The cats all
No.
look beat up. The range kind of weird. They're
Well,
feral.
I
They're
think,
not domestic.
yeah, I think a lot of those cat ladies just take in feral cats and like, whatever. But I actually have a lady in my neighborhood that that is a cat lady, and I've been to her house, and it is utterly disgusting.
I tell you though, the
But
cat lady pays though.
yeah, they
Believe
do
it or
pay.
not. You know
Sometimes
why she
cash
pays?
too. They got
Because
that. They got that
oftentimes
cash
she's
that
too
smells like
embarrassed to
cat
have the
piss.
delivery man show up.
True.
Listen, the
Eh,
cat lady got a little bit of hoarder to her and the pig to her. It's sort of a
mm-hmm.
hybrid mix, you know? All right, we got another one,
Yeah, she
brother.
hoards cats.
I got another one. Who's this individual? Please expand.
Now, this is actually a rare one. But for some reason, I run into this one all the time. The newly divorced lady, and you will know that she's newly divorced. The newly divorced lady, because she will tell you at least 15 times during the service call. Have you ever ran into this lady before,
Yeah.
Brother B?
Yeah, but they're seeking pity though. They're seeking pity for you to bring the prices low, in my
Well,
opinion.
yeah, I could see it. I've had them be that way too. But these people, and you almost do feel bad for them because they lay it on. And I had this one lady, I'll never forget it. She straight up, she told me probably 10 times she was newly divorced and yada, yada, yada. And then she straight up asked me, said, "Do you have any single friends?" and, I was,
Oh, I know
and
where
I
this
was
is
like, "Well,
going. Oh, I've had this one too. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
well, I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I don't have any single friends. All my friends are
Yeah.
married. But yeah, the newly divorced lady, usually very kind, very nice. Sometimes overly kind and overly nice. That's where you
And
just
they
have
and
to
they and they tell you all their story
all the
about how
stories.
this last guy beat them up, black them blues their eyes, and they start crying to you and stuff. Like they want you to tell them something.
You
Lady, what
just
do you want
gotta
from me? Respectfully, love, peace, and harmony.
yeah, you just gotta stay professional with them because you don't know what kind of rabbit hole they're gonna take you down. Don't get sucked in by temptations of a newly divorced lady because they are quite the customer.
Nah, I'm good, son. I'll pass. I'll pass, man. I'll pass on
Yeah.
the newly
Collect
divorced.
collect
It
your
comes with
collect
too much headaches that I don't want to deal with. I'll pass.
yeah, collect your check and keep moving, fellas. You don't want to
One
go
to
down that
ten
rabbit hole.
though, I give this one about a 5. I'm indifferent to this. These
Yeah.
tactics don't work on me. I'm too OG in the game. I see past it. You're gonna get hit in the head with an appropriate charge, with an appropriate warranty, and an appropriate job at a fair price. All the
Yep.
rest is shenanigans and games. I see
And
past this one. I
yep.
give this one a 5.
Keep it moving.
All right. The Giver.
Ah, see, this is a good one. We can't talk about the bad ones without the good ones. The giver is very similar to your ideal customer. These people, they just want to give you stuff. I've had people offer me lunch. I've had people offer me bottles of wine, bottles of bourbon. They always offer water, sodas, drinks, tips. I mean, they're just givers. They love giving. And these are some of my favorite customers.
Yeah, I like the Giver too.
I actually went to a sealed system job not too long ago, and the gentleman was having a yard sale. And anybody that knows me knows I love a good yard sale. So I said, cool, man. I said, he had all his boxes laid out. I said, what kind of stuff you got? I said, you got any video games? Because I like to buy and sell video games as well. And he said, you know what I do? I got this box of PlayStation 2 with the controllers and games. I said, you gonna sell that at your yard sale? He's like, yeah. I was like, how much you want for it, man? I said, I might just buy it from you before the yard sale starts. He said, here, take it home with you. He says, you see anything else you want in this yard sale stuff? He said, I just want it all gone. He's like, you can have anything you want. And he gave me the video. I tried to pay him. He wouldn't let me pay him. He's like, man, you did a great job. You got my fridge fixed. We did a LG compressor for him. He said, man, you got my fridge fixed, man. You can have the PlayStation. I was like, man, thanks. But the giver is awesome, man.
I love
They
the
love,
Giver.
they
I
love
love
giving
the
you stuff.
Giver.
They're a
Now,
10.
can
What do
I
you
tell
think? Are
you a
they a
quick
10?
speech, real quick, real quick? We are 1 hour and 28 minutes. We're gonna finish up, y'all. You heard? We're almost done. But let me tell you the Giver speech, brother. I had a guy that was moving. He was moving from one place to the other, but before he could move, the inspectors came and they deemed that his washer was no good, so he couldn't make the sale without the washer. So he called me frantically, brother. The guy had a Frigidaire washer with the little door switch. You know which one. I gave him a simple rinky dink price. This was back in the days, brother B. This was like I charged him something like 250. I made 200 on the labor, and like the part was like 30-40 bucks. But I digress. This guy was so cheap, but he had the giver in him. The guy was gonna move, but the guy gave me 2 pairs of white leather couches, a flat screen TV, 23-inch, 32 bottles of top tier spirits, the best of the best. Cavassier, they're aged 18 years. Jack Daniels, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you can name, this guy had it. And partially open. Like, he partially used it. He was like, oh, do you work? Brother, the guy gave me about 6,000-7,000. I did the math on all the worth of the stuff he gave me just to avoid paying the lid lock fee. So I love the giver.
Goodness.
I
Can I?
love the giver.
My story's not as good, but can I tell you one?
Your story is great. What you mean? I love your story.
I got a giver story. So I did one of my property managers lives in my neighborhood, and I went to her house one time, and her middle-aged son was there. He's probably in his mid 40s, early 50s, living at home with mom and dad. Not judging him. It was obviously obvious as soon as I came into this man's house that he was how do I say this right? Zooted out of his mind.
Yeah.
He'd been up for several days, and this man, he's talking and you know just going at it. Just I can I've been around people on drugs before. This dude was on some serious cocaine, and he's just going all around and talking, talk. And then finally, I was all done. I put the machine. It was a lid switch, easy job. And he's talking. He's like, "Hey man, what size shoes do you wear?" I was like, "I wear a 10 and a half, 11." He's like, "Hold on, man. I'll be right back." He runs to the back and he comes out with a Nike box, and he busts it open. He's like, "You like those? They're white Nikes." I was like, "Yeah, those are nice, man. Nice shoes." He's like, "Here, I want you to take them." I said, "Dude,
Damn.
I was like, I'm not taking your shoes, man." I was like, "I'm good, thank you." He's like, No. He's like, "What size shirt do you wear?" I was like, extra large. I'll be right back. Runs to the
Did he
back,
pay
comes
you
out.
though? Did he pay you though?
No, his mom was paying the bill.
Oh,
His
okay,
mom was
okay.
paying
Because
the
you know
bill.
some of them will try to barter with you now. I done
No,
seen
his
them offer
his
you
mom was covering the bill.
gifts
This
to barter with you to skip the bill.
Yeah, this guy's just giving me stuff. He comes out with sweatshirts, t-shirts, jeans, all stuff still had tags on it. He's like, "Man, he's like, I can't wear all this stuff." He's like, "I got tons of clothes." And the man would not let me leave his house without taking all this stuff. Like I was offending him. And I took it. I took
Take
the
it.
stuff. He was in a given move. Oh yeah. So we got to talk about the good ones too. This is TK's absolute favorite customer, the sweet old
Is
lady.
it? Okay, talk about it.
Man, you get me in you I lose money on the sweet old ladies, man. There's just something about them. Sweet, and it's not just ladies. I shouldn't say that. Old people in general. I think I have a soft spot in my heart for old people. Um, which somebody said something to me one time that I thought was kind of funny. It was like, I don't give discounts to old people because they've had their whole life to save up, and if they haven't saved up, then that's their fault. But I just have a special place in my heart for those sweet old ladies. Sweet old men too. If I go in your house, it's an old man. I love listening to their stories. I love listening to them tell me about their families and their grandkids. And I mean, I've made the interaction quite whenever I ask about a picture in an old person's house, it usually leads to a very, very long talk about every picture in their living room. You're like, "Oh, that's beautiful picture of your grandchildren there." "Oh yeah," and then they go into it. "That's my grandson, and I got 17 grandchildren." And I'm a sucker for that stuff, man. I love it. I love it. Sweet old lady is number 10 for me. I love them.
I
Yeah.
ranked the sweet old lady a number 5, bro. Again,
Not, not a big fan.
well, how do I rank the sweet old lady? The thing about the sweet old lady is that they normally tend to have the older appliances. Let's start there. They're gonna have that one Frigidaire from like 32 years ago with R12 in it. You heard? But the good thing about them is that everything is clean and everything is wiped down and everything is nice. The thing about the sweet old lady is that they tug at my heart, so I kind of keep my prices down. So when I see them, it's like, okay, I gotta take care of my elders, and I don't want to view them as like, a normal person. So
Here's
I
what you
don't
do,
know.
man. Here's what you do. I'm gonna give you a little tip, and you can use it if you
Go
want. If you
ahead,
don't like it,
please. I'm open.
when give them a little discount. I've given old ladies free service before. If it's something super simple, no part included, had to go in there and reconnect something or flip a switch or something like that. I've given them a free service. So you know what? This one's on me, and I give them a stack of my magnets. And that old lady's got a church following or a church that she goes to or a bridge club that she's a part of. And you just say, you know what I'd like for you to do for me, ma'am? Take these magnets and hand them out to your friends and your family. That old lady's going to do it, especially if you hook her up. And I'm a firm believer that, you're not going to always give out free calls. But if you go in there, do something super simple, hook her up, and that old lady will tell people about you. My business partner, he used to do that all the time, and we've got a lot of old lady customers, and we charge them accordingly. You wouldn't always give them free service calls, but when it's that easy one and you go in, it's no tools required, just something silly, maybe give them a little discount, maybe give it to them free, give them that stack of business cards. They're gonna give you give them 20 business cards, they're gonna give 20 people your phone number. Let's say you get 2 or 3 service calls out of that turn into full on repairs. That's $600-700. Just
Look, I don't want to sound heartless, like I don't like the sweet old lady, but she's not my ideal customer. Like I said, I like that one that they walk in, they got that complicated thermidor with 3 doors, 54 inch, modern. You typically don't see that with the sweet old lady. She typically got that old school top mount or that old roper dryer in pristine condition, at that pristine
yeah,
condition,
it
and
could
like,
be in a museum.
and then when you see them, you're like, man, this is an elderly lady. I gotta go soft on them. So it's like, I mean, shout out to the sweet old ladies out there. All right, what's up? Who's this?
I can't see it. Who is it?
Oh, forgive me.
Oh man, I got a story for you guys. I
Talk
put this
about it.
on the I put this on the list specifically for this story. So I was training. It was 9 years ago when I first got into appliance repair. I was training, and we go out to this sorority house out near the University of Richmond here in Richmond, Virginia. And we walk in, and there must have been, I don't know, 6, 8 girls that lived in this house, sorority house. And there's beer bottles everywhere. There's liquor bottles everywhere. There's, all sorts of paraphernalia sitting around. And we're there for the garbage disposal. So I'm training. I'm with Austin. He's training me. Austin's my business partner. And I go over there, and I hit the garbage disposal. Just, the sound of a locked up garbage disposal. I was like, good Lord. I said, that doesn't sound good. So I go over there, and I'm about to, put the little key underneath, and I start twisting it back and forth, and it's just grinding. The little Allen key underneath, and it's just grinding. I'm like, man, what on earth is in this thing? And I go to reach my hand in, and Austin's like, hold up, man, hold on. Look down in that thing first. So I take my flashlight. There's like 8 shot glasses busted inside of this garbage disposal. 8 of them. We counted them. We pulled them out piece by piece and stacked the bottoms like the little bottom piece. 8 shot glasses in one garbage disposal. Needless to say, the garbage disposal didn't get fixed. We just replaced it. And when we reported it to the property manager, we let them know what was going on. But yeah, those girls were partying hard. The college, we see a ton. We're right near the University of Richmond and VCU. So we see a ton of college kids. And one thing I can tell you about college kids is that they are abusive to appliances, and they will make you lots and lots of money because they will break stuff. They will not clean their lint traps. They will throw shot glasses in the garbage disposal. They will do all kinds of stuff. They are great. They're very entertaining. Usually nice to talk to. Usually, pretty cool people. Yeah, I like the college kids. They make me lots of money. So shout out to the college kids out there slamming shot glasses and garbage disposals.
Nah, I don't have no problem with the college kids. I give them a 7 or 8. Normally they're cool. Normally, they leave you alone. Normally they're pretty much out your hair.
Yep.
And they're not really the ones paying for it. It's some, parent or school or property management.
Yep.
So if you can deal with just beer cans and everywhere and pizza boxes everywhere and questionable environments, they're normally
Yeah.
harmless. I don't
And
mind the
don't
college
expect to
kids.
get a lot of information from them though, because you'll ask them something that they'll have no clue. We're like, you
Oh yeah,
guys
for
clean
sure.
y'all clean this lint trap out? Man, I don't know.
Yeah. What's the lint trap?
Yeah, what's the lint trap?
Oh, who's these guys?
Oh, yeah. The tenants. These guys, well, there's two types. So some of these are tenants and some of these are warranty customers. When I used to do warranty work, every single time you go out, they want a new
I hate
appliance.
those type, bro, because you can't
Doesn't
even
matter.
diagnose the unit, man. Before
Yeah,
you even
you
put
haven't
your
even
bag down, they're like,
walked
"Oh, I want a
in.
new one. I want a new one. This is old." I
Yep.
hate those.
What would you rate them at?
2,
Two? I can't stand them. I would probably
2.
agree with you on that, a two, because they're not going to be happy if you fix it.
No
You
matter
know,
what you do, man.
they got it in their head that they're going to get a new appliance. I mean, you
And you
can
know
go in
what
there.
makes that bad, bro? The guy technician that was there before us, man, that told them some nonsense. And they're like, the guy or gal that was here before told me that blah 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 blah. And it's complete bullshit. Pardon my language, because you know what I'm saying. But they I hate those tenants that want a new appliance no matter what type. I give those a 2.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. They're not my favorite customers to deal with, because no matter what you do. All right, so there's two categories of this customer. You have the cannabis connoisseur, I like to call them. They're one of my favorite customers too.
They're
I,
10 for me.
yeah, they're 10 for me too. I love
Yeah.
if I
They pay
walk
you
into
in a
your
barter
house,
system. They're
yeah, if I
generous.
walk into your house and it smells like weed, I automatically start
And they
smiling.
don't bother you. They're not in the
They're just cool,
way.
man.
They don't care what's wrong with the unit. You all trying to break it down like, look, you got a washer. The shock absorbers are bad. That's what's causing it to vibrate and make noise. They're like, what? Oh man, yeah, I guess so, man. Yeah, yeah. You gotta pay for it,
Yeah,
man. Whatever, man. Totally, dude.
yeah,
I
laid
love
back.
this type. Those are my
Yeah,
favorite.
they're awesome. I went to one back last year in July. Cannabis was legalized in Virginia. Shout out to Virginia. Um, so it's everywhere now. I see it all the time. I love it. And one of my big things when dealing with cannabis is to take away a lot of the stereotypes that I think I should be able to talk about cannabis like I do drinking a beer or anything else.
You better believe
So
it, especially on this channel, and especially if I'm at the helm.
there you go. And so I go into this house last week, and as soon as I walk in, I could smell it. The guy greets me in. I walk. I was like, "Hey man, how you doing? I'm TK of Richmond Appliance Guys. I'm here to, work on your stuff." And he's got all this bud spread all over his table, and he's got his little scissors there. And I didn't see it at first. I saw some gardening pots on the floor, and I said, "Oh, what's going on? You doing some gardening?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I'm doing some gardening, all right." And then I looked. I said, "Oh, you are doing some gardening?" And he was like, "Do you partake?" And I was like, "I sure do, man." And he said, "Well, he said, once you get me all fixed up, I'm gonna send you home with a little goodie bag." And man, I was excited. I was like, "Sweet!" This man took me into his house, showed me all his layout. But what he was like a I don't know what you call it, but like you take different strains of plants and then you like cross pollinate them to make
Like a
new strains.
botanist. A
Yeah, yeah,
botanist.
that's so he specialized in that stuff. And he sent me home with some of like his special whatever's he
Elixirs.
yeah, his special stuff he'd created, and I was extremely thankful.
Brother, the smoker also is the most patient with recourse. They almost like beg you to come calmly, like, hey man, whenever you can, it's not acting right. Can you come
Yeah,
take a look?
yeah,
They're
they'll
not all like,
apologize to you.
I
Yeah,
love the smoker.
man,
Talk about
I'm
the other
sorry.
type.
I'm sorry to have to call you, man. I'm sorry to have to call you back
Yeah,
out
I
here,
love that. I
man.
love the smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah, I
other
love the
one
smoker.
is the cigarette smoker.
Oh, the cigarette smoker. Talk about that one.
And now I'm not talking about your average cigarette smoker here.
The heavy one. The
I'm
heavy
talking
one.
about the number one, they're a lurker because they will literally stand right on top of you smoking that Marlboro.
And it be hanging off the lip
Yeah.
with the long
Oh,
ash. And when they talk, it moves with the lip.
yep. I man, and
Word.
I'm a former smoker myself. And I've struggled with nicotine addiction for years and years. I love to smoke cigars mostly. I smoke the little cigarillos. But I've been trying really hard to stay off the nicotine here lately. But it's something about the smell of a fresh smoking cigarette that I love. But when you go into that house where someone smokes in their house all day long, it is not a good smell.
Intense, bro.
It's just like, oh, and it's all in your clothes. And as soon as I walk in the door, when I get to the house, my wife can smell it. She's like, "You been smoking?" I'm like, "No, babe, my last customer is a chain smoker." And it's like, get me in trouble, man. You get me in trouble. Are we still rocking and rolling on mine? How many have I
We
done?
almost done, bro. I think
Okay.
that's it. That's it. Oh, wait.
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
We
We
did it.
did it,
I did.
bro.
We
2
did
hour
like,
show, man. Listen, hey, I want to thank you, man. Shout out to my man Paul Zena. That's what I said, Paul. Man,
yeah.
TK, man, thank you, man, for being on the show, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on.
I
It's been
normally
fun.
don't rock and roll on Saturdays, but you are somebody, and I wanna partner with the Appliance Alliance,
We want to
and
partner with
show
you
my
too.
love to you guys out there, and hopefully some of my crowd, I touch some of your fan base, and
Oh yeah.
thank you, man, for everything, man.
We're always sharing your stuff on the Appliance Alliance. I know you're not a Facebook guy, but we share all your videos on there. We're always promoting TMM and shouting you out when people ask about training. Because at the end of the day, man, we're all just trying to learn. We're all just trying to grow, and we're all just trying to do better. So we can all do it together. And I've been a fan of yours since way back in the day. You are the first one that ever inspired me to start making videos and doing what I do. So shout out to you, man.
Thank you,
Faux
bro.
show.
It's
And
been it's been 4 years, brother. 4 years,
yeah,
man. Let's give them
it's
let's give them another 4 more. You heard,
yeah. I mean, dude, 20 years from now, you never know. It's the sky's the limit. You know, good stuff.
brother? This is it for us. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything, ladies and gentlemen. And there you have it, another episode of YouTube's premiere Forget about it. We're premier. Off the clock appliance repair talk. Off the clock appliance repair text. I'm your host with the most, Brother B. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And TK. Brother TK, Appliance Alliance. Thank you for being here. Go ahead and segue us out, bro.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys keep following TMM. If you're in Georgia next week, come check us out. Love you guys. Love you, Brother B, and I appreciate you, man.
Brother, I love you, bro. God bless. Love, peace, and harmony. You heard?
Oh, and happy Easter, everybody.
Say that last part.
Happy Easter.
One more time.
Happy Easter.
Oh, yeah. Happy Easter. Word. Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. You heard? TK, Brother B, Appliance Alliance, TMM Appliance Network. Love, peace, and harmony. I love y'all. Y'all heard? Thank you, TK.
Thank you, man.